Shalom, call all y'all about Shalom. Shalom to the left. Now, this video right here, as you can see, they still have these food banks in these different drives, giving out all type of food. So, if you be able to eat how you want to eat, definitely count that as a blessing. If you ain't got to go to this and go through these type of scenarios, because the Most High, you can set it up like that. Like the scripture say, the Most High make a rich and He make a poor. So they also have the scripture to say, make me neither base or bound as well. You don't want to be dealing with this, man, dealing with the crowds, and then the next thing you know, when they run out, these people going to lose their fucking mind because they ain't been practicing on fasting and actually training their body to not eat all the fucking time. And you have people that make jokes about you when you be doing this too. But fuck them, because when this pop off for real, then they'll really be able to see why you was doing that. And they're going to wish they did it. Anyway, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, this is Jerusalem. I have set in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about her. And she hath changed my judgments into wickedness more than the nations, and my statutes more than the countries that are round about her. And they have refused my judgments and my statutes. They have not walked in them." And once again, like I mentioned in a previous video, you speak about keeping the commandments, the dietary laws, and all that other stuff. People look at you like you got 10 heads, man. Especially if they really not caring about the scriptures like that, or the word. Which people say, "Well, I know about that word." Do they really know about it? Now it says in verse 7, "Therefore thus says the Lord Yahweh, because you multiplied more than the nations that are round about you, and have not walked in my statutes, neither have you kept my judgments, neither have done according to the judgments of the nations that are round about you. Therefore thus says the Lord Yahweh, behold, even I am against thee, and will execute judgments in the midst of thee in the sight of the nations." Because you gotta think about it. A lot of people are scattered amongst all nations, so that's a lot of people. Even when you look at these heathens, you like, damn, there's a lot of people over there in China. There's a lot of people over there in Korea. There's a lot of people over in Europe. A lot of them people are actually Israel, even though they look like heathens. All the times during war, different events when people fled to different parts of the land. When people went to Russia when slavery was going on in Babylon, a lot of people left from the U.S. and actually went to the USSR. They went over there to Russia. You have a lot of people that went to Poland, Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, all these different places. So you have people scattered amongst all these nations. That's what the scriptures mention that. And what's going to happen when all the people start getting these judgments that ain't really been prepared? Because the word's out now. They know. You have people that actually hear it and don't believe it and think it's like, well, it's just somebody, maybe they just bored, they just want to read that book, or maybe they're just talking. Maybe that ain't gonna happen. Maybe that's a fairy tale. Maybe that's a myth. But when it happened though, then they gonna know what. Let me see. I'm gonna jump back to that as well. In the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 33, it says, "And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come," because it will come. Man. They already pushing that the charagma. I was chilling around one of my family members, and it's crazy because some of your family, they won't even really consider it when you actually speak it. But then when they start seeing shit, they be like, "Oh damn, man, you was talking about this right here." And they actually show me like, look at this, what they're trying to put in people's hand. And you know what it is, man. It ain't nothing else. It says, "Then they will know that a prophet have been among them." And that's what people gonna know when they see the plagues hitting, when they see people dropping left and right. Like when they see this prophecy come to pass, right, let me go to it. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 91. Verse 7, it says, "1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee." When people see that, you walking around like the damn book of Eli, And all these people laid out, viruses popping off everywhere, people getting sick, throwing up black tar and blood or whatever, and you completely healthy. It's gonna be some people that see that and be wondering, like, damn, how the fuck that? Nothing happened to him. I remember he was saying something about that. They gonna see that, man. This is gonna come to pass too as well. Alright, this scripture back in Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 33. It says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. And it's the stuff with the arrows. They got the arrows. I'll make another video on that. Let me see my battery. I don't want my battery to go down. Make another video on that. I don't want to write this up and go into more detail about that some more, because I already made videos about the arrows, but they keep breaking it up. How? Let's see if I can scroll and look at it real quick. I already got it queued up on the side. They say during this pandemic. Let me go to it where it's at. It say, guess where spending increased during the I say pandemic. We know what this shit really was. You got some sense. It said, guess where spending increased during this pandemic? Nuclear spending up during this. So, what you think? You think they was caring about giving you niggas some money for real? They was buying them arrows up, man. They was trying to get that arsenal up. That's another topic for another video. Let me go back to where I was at. Back in chapter 5 in the book of Ezekiel. Let's see. Okay, right in verse 8, back in chapter 5, it said, therefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold. Oh, it says, hold on, let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. Yep, therefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold, I am with you. I am against thee, and will execute judgments in the midst of thee in the sight of the nations, and I will do in thee that which I have not done, whereunto I will not do any more the like, because of all thine abominations. Therefore the fathers shall eat the sons in the midst of thee, and the sons shall eat their fathers, and I will execute judgments in thee. And ain't no coincidence you got the damn Center of Disease Control talking about, are you prepared for a damn zombie outbreak or some shit like that? That's straight. It's in the scriptures, man. I ain't making this up. This ain't my own words. It says, let me read it one more time. It says, therefore the fathers shall eat the sons in the midst of thee, and the sons shall eat the father, and I will execute judgments in thee, and the whole remnant of thee I will scatter to all winds. Wherefore as I live, says the Lord Yahweh, surely, because thou hast defiled my sanctuary with detestable things and with thine abominations, therefore will I also diminish thee, neither shall my eyes spare, neither will I have any pity. So, man, hey, it's gonna be some serious shit, man. Yeah, and you can see it on people's face, man. Somebody don't have no food for a little bit. Oh, I'm hungry, I'm starving. It's only been 5 fucking hours. And I'm starving. I feel like I'm gonna die. You be looking like, damn, man. Yeah, so imagine a person after 3 or 4 days who they ain't been practicing fasting. They're gonna bug the fuck out. And what they gonna be doing? Throwing each other on that grill.
After the pandemic, food banks across the US were inundated with families in need of help. Many were facing food insecurity for the first time, as businesses closed and jobs were lost. But even now, food banks remain in high demand. When Chef pt1 was approached by a South Florida food program to help, he didn't hesitate.
Today's meal, braised chicken and vegetables, jasmine rice, Caesar salad, and a beautiful piece of chocolate cake.
Feeding America, a non-profit group, projects that more than 40 million people may experience food insecurity in 2021, a number that includes 30 million children.
Hospitality is something that's been in my blood since I was very young, and this is part of hospitality. I enjoy this when I see the pictures of the people that are getting the food and the smiles on their faces. That makes me happy. That makes a hard week worthwhile.
Volunteers from Food Rescue US take meals from restaurants and supermarkets across Miami. Sometimes it's food that would get thrown out. Instead, it's given to those that need it. Rita Santa Catarina used the service herself before volunteering and seeing how big the problem is.
Every time we would go and do the meal distributions, that we would always run out. We would be there for 2 hours, and we would never stop. The line would never stop. And would run out of food every time. There were always people left in need.
Supply chain issues and closures during the pandemic made the problem worse, meaning it will likely take time for food insecurity levels to recover. Groups like Food Rescue are focused on speeding that recovery up. According to the US Department of Agriculture, between 30 to 40% of all food is wasted every year. That's enough to feed around 25 million people. But with grassroots organisations like this and a network across the country, they can at least try and alleviate the problem. Even before the pandemic, food insecurity was a major issue, particularly in poorer communities. The US government's committed $1 billion to help, while volunteers continue to do their part in their own communities.
Let's see. Let me go to this real. Let me just pull this imagery up. I ain't even gotta see it. See, Esau they're gonna play a real dirty game. Just so people can eat. They're gonna make you do what? That's what they're gonna make you do. You got a few things now. I'm surprised this even popped up. I ain't even see this photo right here. Now, if you do your homework about the Neuralink, let me see if I can pull this precept up as well. I wasn't even gonna bring this up on this lesson today. It just hit me just to go ahead and speak on it. Saying the one I was looking for, that's the other. Or better yet, let me go back to that one. That's a spirit, because the ones that actually do take this or the other one I'm gonna pull up as well, they're not gonna be included in this right here. That's in the book of Ezekiel still. Chapter 9. Let's see. Let's start from verse 1. It says, "They cried also in my ears with a loud voice, saying, Cause them that had charge over the city to draw near, every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. One man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And when they went in, they stood beside the brazen altar, and the glory and the power of Israel was going on from the cherub. Whereupon, and this, what Esau been seeing, this type of stuff, these sightings, them ships, them glorious ships. You read the book of first chapter of Ezekiel, and you read on through it. It basically breaks down how the ships look and the beings that's in those ships. There ain't no green aliens and no gray reptilians, whatever they be trying to put out. Anyway, they say, whereupon he was to the threshold of the house, and he called to the man clothed with linen, which had a writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the man that sign and cry for all abominations that be done in the midst of her. So when you be looking at certain stuff, like just this past week, I done seen countless shit that have me like, man, what the fuck? Like, it's some stuff you just see, which you can just wash your eyes and erase that shit, but it don't work like that. But when you be in that mind frame, that's a good mind frame to be in, because you're gonna have them angels to make sure you're protected. Because on the contrary, you got people that see that and think that shit cute, think that shit cool when they be seeing all that stuff. Now it says, and to the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin in my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient man, which was before the house, and he said unto them, Defile the house, and fill the courts with a slain. Go ye forth. And they went forth and slew in the city. This is the type of stuff that's going to happen. You're going to see them thousands of people dropping left and right. Them angels are going to be putting in work. Some of you going to actually be able to see putting in the work. Some of you ain't going to be able to see. There's going to be events happening. You're going to see a fucking crowd of cars get flipped over by a damn big rig or some shit. Building, like I seen a video recently, a damn building. People just riding on the bus. I don't know if I can find it. I mean, I can find it right now. I ain't gonna go to it. I'm trying to cut the time down a little while I'm recording this. The people, they just riding, minding their business. A whole building is smashed